welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing my nails again, girl. Again. My last set I had cut off because I wanted to do something like this. So let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. So the first thing that I have done is prep my nails. I have pushed back my cuticles with my cuticle pusher. I have also used the E-drill so I can clean around my cuticles. This bit is the one that I used. Then I grabbed my Susie nail filer in medium, and I went ahead and buffed out all the nails to make sure that I have taken out the natural shine of the nails. Then I prepped my nails with the Tammy Taylor nail primer and the Tammy Taylor nail stuck on you or whatever. I use this one, the stuck on you, that one. The one you see on screen, that's the one I use. I put that all over the nails, put it into the UV light, and cured them. Now I'm going to be grabbing these double thick nail forms, and I'm going to just be building my own nails because, as I said in the last video, I really like building my own nails. They're custom to my finger shape and my fingers. So I wanted to use the nail tips, but I changed my mind because I realized how much I dislike nail tips. So I'm going to be using the Makartt clear PolyGel or nail gel. I told you I had some. And I'm be using the sculpt shape on you. I keep one color stuck on you. Shape on you, which is basically a slip solution. I could have used alcohol, but I find that the Makartt PolyGel is very sticky. This is when they first came out. I've had this for some time. I like Tammy's stuff a whole lot better because it's not sticky, but I know that the Makartt clear gel is the clearest that I've ever had, so I decided to go ahead and suck it up and deal with this one. So I just took a nice big glob of it and then put it on my nail, and now I'm just shaping it up, making sure that cuticle area is good, and I actually put too much on there, so later on you see me take some off. So as you can tell, I have built these nails out to, I think that was like a 6, and my nail length functionality is only about a 4. So I will be taking the end of that brush and cutting it down to a length of 4 because that's what I can function with. If you want to go longer, girl, go ahead and do you. I can't be walking around here with no Cardi B nails. I can't function. I do too much stuff. I cook, I garden, I can't. So I took it down to a 4. So after I have cut it down that's what it's looking like. I know it's a little hard to see on screen because it is clear. So I'm going to be putting that into the oven and I'm going to be curing that for about, I'll say about 5 to 10 seconds until it becomes a little bit hard and pliable, because I'm going to be pinching the nail. And when I pinch the nail, it's going to be a nice C curve, and it's going to make the nail a lot stronger. So here I'm grabbing my pinchers and I'm going to be pinching the nail if I get my butt back into frame. So I was going to be pinching the nails, but I found out that it was not ready for me. So I put it in there a little bit longer, and then I take it out, and then I'll be using the pinchers that I have to create a stronger foundation for the nails. And these are kind of hard to use, especially when you got your other hand done. But if you got a nice good grip on it, it does work better than your fingers. So I'm just going to be putting that back into the lamp to cure the rest of it. And then I'm going to be taking this alcohol and a lint-free swab and cleaning off the nail, because Makartt does leave quite a bit of a sticky layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe all that off before I move on to the other nails. Then once you wipe it off and then you pop off the nail form, it should look something like this, really crusty and jacked up, because we're going to have to file, buff, and shape. But I'm not going to do that until I do all the other 3 nails that I have left. So I'm going to be repeating the same steps. I'm going to put on the nail form. I'm going to make sure it fits in there correctly. I'm going to be wiggling it around to make sure that it's straight. And then I'm going to grab my Makartt, put it on the nail, and then begin to shape it up. And remember, I'm only taking these nails up to a 4. But if you want to go longer than that, you go ahead and do you. This time I decided to use a lot less PolyGel than I did before, because the other one was just way too much. So with PolyGel, it's most definitely a learning experience of how much to take and how less to take. You won't be getting it perfect. So after I'm done shaping, I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my nail lamp. And I find that Makartt has some serious heat spikes to it. So either it was the nail lamp and the combination of the slip solution I was using, or either it was the PolyGel in the slip solution. But that heat spike was, woo Lord, I can't do it. So I think I'll be sticking to the Tammy Taylor, because that shit burned. But they did come out cute though. So now I'm going to be taking the Susie nail file in course, and I'm going to begin filing and kind of giving these nails a shape. So first I'm going to start off from sidewall to sidewall, and then I'm going to make sure I get that cuticle area. Now I could have used my E-drill, but PolyGel is such a soft product. You really don't need a E-drill. And if you use an E-drill on PolyGel, it could go really wrong really quick if you don't know how far to go. Because when I was first learning that, I did that and I burnt the shit out of my top layer of my nail, And yeah, that was a whole hot mess. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stick to the nail filing. And ever since I stuck to the nail filing, haven't had that problem ever since then. And you can file it pretty quickly, so it's not like you're gonna be sitting there forever with acrylic filing and shaping and stuff like that. And I know me doing my nails looks quite awkward, but it was weird trying to make sure I got the shot in frame so you can see and stuff like that. But I went off camera and did it. So after you're done with that, you're gonna have a whole bunch of dust on your nails. Clean that off with a plastic brush. Then I'm gonna be taking the Susie buffer and I'm just gonna buff all my nails nice and smooth, really making sure I get them around that cuticle area. And I'm gonna do that to all the nails. So then when you're done, we can start to get to the fun part, which is painting the nails. But before I paint the nails, I'm going to be using this gel nail polish by the Ugly Duckling. Now, I think I said before, you need a license for this. So I'll link down below where you get a good, clear gel from. So you're just gonna paint all the nails and then you're gonna pop them in the oven for about 60 seconds. Make sure you do the tips of your nails as well to seal it in. And what I decided to do is that I wanted to have an accent finger. Actually, I'm gonna have a couple of accent fingers because I'm extra. So I painted every single nail except for my ring finger because I wanted to add some really pretty glitter on it. So leave that one blank if you're following along. Now we're gonna get to that ring finger. So go ahead and take your clear gel, as like I did, your top coat, and then I'm gonna be using two glitters. I'm gonna be using that green and yellow glitter because girl, this weather has got me. I'm ready for summer and some color in my life, so I decided to go with this yellow and the green, and then we're gonna take a brush and we're just going to basically just dab it on the finger. It doesn't have to be super thick or anything like that. It's just a little bit. That's why I chose the clear. So you're gonna take your brush, you're gonna put it in your glitter, and then you're just gonna place it anywhere you want to place it. It doesn't matter where you place it, just place it on the finger. Now I'm gonna go into the yellow. Don't need to clean it off because I wanted to have a mixture of everything in there. And before you cure it into the oven, make sure you take that glitter and you press it down into your finger before you cure it to make sure you don't get a lot of lumps and bumps, because if you don't, you will. Now, I could have encapsulated this into the actual nail itself, but I've been eyeballing a French tip nail plate that I've had for a while, and I know I'm going to be changing my nails probably in a couple of days to a different color. So I really wanted to just be able to file this off. But you can encapsulate it if you want to have the glitter inside of the nail, so therefore you won't have to worry about it feeling just a little rough when you put your top coat on like I'm doing here. But if you're going to change it, just put it on top. Now I'm going to be taking this clear jelly nail plate, and that's the image I'm going to be using, which is made for gradient. And I'm going to be using the jelly, what is that? The jelly nail stamp nail polish, because I find if I do anything different than the stamping polish that goes with that plate, this particular product, it does not work out so well. So I'm going to be using this green and yellow. And what you want to do is just take your colors and just dab them anywhere on there. Anywhere on the plate. And that's my jelly stamper, so you can see through and see what you're doing. So I'm going to be taking this yellow, and I'm dabbing it anywhere, just to match my glitter finger that I have. And then you're going to take your green, and then you're going to place that anywhere. Anywhere. Just make sure you fill in the blanky pieces. Then you're going to take a scraper, and you're going to gently scrape it. And it kind of makes it like, all mixed in together. You're going to quickly grab your stamper. You're going to pick it up. It should look something like that. And then, if I would get in frame, you are going to stamp your fingers. And I did that for all of my fingers. Now, when you're cleaning off your plate, make sure you use alcohol or straight up acetone. I use the Tammy Taylor acetone that smells like keek. It smells really good. And I think she put some type of oil in there. And I didn't realize it until I put my top coat on, my other hand. So when I put the top coat on, the top coat kind of separates in these circular things on the nail, and it don't look so hot. So make sure you use an acetone, straight up acetone, or some alcohol that doesn't have any type of oil in it. FYI, now you know. Now on this thumb area, I actually end up missing a piece at the bottom, and this is the beauty of stamping. You just take whatever is remaining on your stamper and you fill in, especially if you got doing just a random pattern like this. Nobody will be able to see anything. Then I'm going to go ahead and top coat it. And about time I did this, I think I noticed that there was still a little bit of oil on that nail stamping plate because this top coat kind of separated in little circles on my nails too, but not as bad as my other hand. So this is why I'm telling you, make sure you get just a straight up acetone to clean your plates off. Don't use one that smells like stuff and smells all good, and don't do that. I learned the hard way. Don't do that. So now I'm going to be taking this Vega nail bling, these crystals, and I'm going to be doing the old school method. I'm going to be taking an orange stick or a wooden stick, placing a little bit of gel onto the cap of there, and then I'm going to take the pointed end, and then I'm going to pick up each one. Now I have a crystal pickup thing, but of course, say it with me, I can't find it. You wouldn't believe how much hair stuff and nail stuff I have in my room. It's ridiculous. I can't never find anything, but I'm doing the old school method because I couldn't find my crystal picker-upper thingy, so we doing it this way. And I wasn't sure exactly what pattern I was going to go with, so I kind of just placed them where I thought it was cute at, really. And I was having some trouble picking them up and turning them over, so that's why I speeded up this part of the video. So now I'm going to be placing some cuticle oil on my fingers. This one's by Tammy Taylor too. Smells really, really good. But you can use any cuticle oil you want to. Doesn't have to be that one. And I'm rubbing that in really good. And this is how they turned out. Learned a hard lesson about the acetone with the oil in there, but I really like how they came out. They're super cute.